Hey everybody, welcome to today's training. Remember, this is a series all about the ultimate listing presentation and breaking that entire system down. So today we're going to be going over the big why, the why behind the purchase. Let's jump into it. Okay, the why behind the sale of the home. It's really important. I should say probably the most important factor, whether you're going to take on this seller or not. I mean, I remember when I was back at the beginning of my real estate career, when I was working with sellers, when I was going on listing presentations, I got so aggravated because these sellers would nitpick over every single item. And going into the listing presentation, it was all just about the money, it was about the commission, and it was about nothing else. And I started to uncover over the years that a lot of these sellers, they wanted to sell, they didn't need to sell. So then I began to go, through the middle of my career, begin to go into advanced level sales training. And one of the very first things that the sales trainer taught was finding the why behind the purchase and sale of a home. So in this case, finding the why behind the sale. What is the reason that the seller is selling? What's the emotion internally that is causing the seller to go out and put their home up for sale and list their home with you? You've got to uncover that. And that's not just uncovered by asking questions, that's the beginning of it, but you've got to go deeper. So to give you an idea, if I ask, tell me a little bit about why you folks are actually thinking about selling. Oh, I commute too much, we want to move closer to work. Totally makes sense to me. An amateur agent would just stop there and move on. But a professional agent's going to go a little deeper. So they would ask what's called second level question. We already asked one question. Now we'd ask a second question. All right, well, that makes sense to me. Tell me a little bit more about that. That's always my go-to. Tell me a little bit more about that. And so you make them articulate. Or you could say something like, well, okay, that makes sense. I do know a lot of people that actually commute back and forth. Tell me a little bit more about why that's important to you. And then, of course, the third level question you can ask, how does that make you feel? Because that's really what you're trying to get to, how they feel, the emotion behind it. Tony Robbins talks about all the time, people do things for one of two reasons, to move away from pain or to move closer to pleasure. And that's what you're trying to uncover here. Is there pain and are they trying to move away from it? Because listen, you can't create motivation where motivation doesn't exist. You as a salesperson, you can't create it, but you can uncover it. And it is your job to uncover that motivation, that pain, that why behind the sale of the home. And one of the biggest things that I teach my salespeople is do business with people that actually have a why behind the sale of their home. If you can't uncover it, that's probably not a person that you in fact want to do business with, because you're going to be going through what I went through for years, which is working with sellers because they don't have a pain, because they don't have a why, and it's all about a want, moving closer towards pleasure, they are going to beat you down as an agent. They're going to nitpick everything that you do, and it's going to cause you a tremendous amount of frustration. Now, there are a lot more questions that you would ask. I actually have a series of questions to ask home sellers when we're going through this process, a series of questions that I ask that I go deeper in to really uncover motivation, really understand what's important to them regarding the sale of their home. And as a matter of fact, you guys, if you guys would like it, you guys can get more of those questions, better understanding this process. I've actually created an ebook all about my ultimate listing presentation. To get access to it, just click the link below. You can sign up for free access to this ebook. It's awesome. It breaks down even more of these questions that help you uncover the why. But guys, this is a massively important factor, understanding the why behind the sale of the home. Whether working with sellers or buyers, you have to understand what their motivation is. And if you do that, this is going to make this process amazing. There's an old saying, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And uncovering why they want to sell their home, that is a way of showing them just how much you care. Well, I hope you guys found today's information valuable. If you did, do me a favor, subscribe to our channel and turn on the notifications. That way, anytime that I make a post, you're gonna get notified, and just know when the posts come out on YouTube, man, it is to help you increase your business. All right, guys, that's it for me. Make it an amazing, amazing day, and I'll catch you on our next video.